Yo, what is up guys? It is Swiz here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Texas Nation reverse sweep in the Elite Finals against Bear Claw Esports in the Call of Duty Challengers scene. Now, this was just the most recent Challengers tournament, the Elite 8. This was the playoffs, I believe. Texas Nation faced up against Bear Claw Esports in the finals, down 2-0, and they make a reverse sweep to win the series 3-2. So today we're going to be checking out the map by map on the maps that Texas Nation won, talk about what they did right and how they were able to make this reverse sweep comeback against Bear Claw. Now, this video is actually decided by my Twitter. I did a poll between this video and another video idea, so if you guys aren't following my Twitter, make sure you guys go check that down below in the description. Make sure you guys can follow my Twitter so you can give input and feedback on what the YouTube video is going to be for the week. Now, the first thing I want to talk about actually comes from the first round of Control on Gavutu. Texas Nation is on defense, and the way that they break this A capture as a team, Havoc goes on the pinch and he is working a flank. Havoc gets a pick, and now the other three, they all collapse together and get 4 dead in the kill feed because they work to break the hill as a team collectively. They don't solo push, they don't solo chow. They're all collapsing on the hill together as a complete unit, as a complete team, in order to kill all 4 of Bear Claw Esports players and get them off of the hill. Now, another thing I want to highlight, the second they had 4 down on that defensive push, the second they got 4 down, wiping on A, Texas Nation instantly hits into the spawn of Bear Claw Esports, and they start to get the spawn trap going. Now, they get the spawn trap going for the last, I believe, 30-45 seconds of the game, which doesn't allow Bear Claw Esports to get out of their spawn and get onto a point. This is very, very important in control. If you get 4 dead, you want to be able to push up and get map control, especially if you're on defense. Pushing up and getting map control allows you to spawn trap the enemies in their spawn and not let them get any map control or any positioning or even a push onto the control point to be able to make a capture. Now, coming off a hot win on defense, Texas Nation decided to send 3 to the B point on Gavutu. If you guys don't know, B is the harder objective to capture on Gavutu control. So with Texas Nation sending 3 to the B point, they can get early pressure on the B point. Even if they don't capture the entire point, 1 tick, 2 ticks is enough for later in the round to revisit that B site. The objective off the initial B push isn't to completely capture B. If you do that, great, that works out completely in your favor. But the real objective is just to get 1 tick if you can on that B objective. They don't end up doing it. Just want to highlight that play out of Texas Nation. Now, I actually want to highlight something bad out of Texas Nation. Exotic gets into the spawn, and the Texas Nation players are aware of it. Jordan General comes off a spawn and he's full sprinting. He does not search and take the time to slow down and check his spawn for Exotic to clear him out of the spawn. That allows Exotic to get 2 spawn traps onto Jordan General. Now, I also want to point out something negative from the rest of the Texas Nation players. They knew that player was in the spawn, and none of them turned to actually focus on that player. There were a few you could see on the minimap arrows looking for that player in the spawn, but no one was actually focusing that player to make sure that their spawn was safe and to make sure that Bear Claw was not able to execute a pinch. Now, the next round is just a basic defensive round out of Texas Nation. They're able to get the win and go up 2-1, but I want to highlight this last offense where Texas Nation do end up taking the control 3-1. They go back to that B hit. Now, this doesn't work all the time. It shouldn't be executed all the time, but Texas Nation actually end up going back to the same strat, and they end up pushing the B point. Now, it's like what I said previously. Texas Nation was able to push this B point, and this time they were able to get 2 ticks on the B point before they focused A. Those 2 ticks that they secure on B from the beginning of the round allow them to come back later in the round after securing A and get a free and easy offensive win. Okay, so Texas Nation, before they hop on this B point, they make sure they get the initial kills, but one thing I want to highlight here out of Brezzy is Brezzy gets a kill, and then he gets the second kill onto Chris Radial, and then the way he plays his life waiting for his teammates to come back off spawn to help him and make sure he can secure that point for the round win. In these situations, playing your life is huge. If your teammates die and they're coming off spawn and you're the last 1 to 2 players left and you have kills, you want to be able to play your life and allow your teammates time to come off spawn and help. If you're solo challenging, or the 2 people that are left alive are going out challenging, trying to get kill hoary and get more aggressive kills, then your teammates are going to come off spawn. You're going to get into a cycle and into a wave of 2 challenging and not doing anything as a team. Right there, Brezzy was able to get 2 kills, and he played his life perfectly and didn't chow and waited for his teammates to come off spawn and help him pick up the last few kills, securing them the round. Heading straight into the hard point, I want to focus on Texas Nation's break off the initial spawn. Texas Nation is on the unfavored side, but the way they double chow and the way they help each other clear this hill at the beginning of the game allows them to get control of P1 hard point from the non-favored spawn side. Now, the teammates aren't over chowing, they aren't single chowing. If you actually watch right here, Kismet and Havoc do a great job of working as a team to clear this player outer. After that, Kismet is able to work up the alley steps. He does end up dying, but after that, Havoc is able to turn to the hill and work another gunfight with Brezzy. They're always taking team gunfights, team chows to break this initial hill. They're never in a 1v1 gunfight. They always have someone helping them, which allows them to get the picks for this hard point and overall get control from the unfavored side. Something that Texas Nation do actually really well is just playing as an entire team. Not only are they all individually talented, but they all know how to play a team as a team together. together. Right there you see Kismet get a nice two-piece, and instantly Havoc is looking for the trade. Havoc is looking to help pick up that player on the side. He doesn't end up picking up the player, but if you notice, after Havoc dies and he's the second one dying, they leave that player alone. They let that player push up the street, and what this does is allows Texas Nation to spawn out, and now they give up the 20 seconds of scrap time to Bear Claw because now they have the P4 spawns. So now Texas Nation, because they let that player through street, they've given up P3 spawns, making Bear Claw spawn P3 and giving Texas Nation the favorite spawns for the P4 setup. A really quick interruption from the video. If you guys have not seen my previous video, how to rank top 250 in Vanguard ranked play, where we take the top 10 players on the Vanguard 250 ranked playlist and we look at some of their VOD and go over that and learn from them and how we can get better in our play styles. Make sure you guys go check that out. Link will be down in the description below, or you can also click right up here to go to that video on my channel. Overall, throughout this entire hardpoint, Texas Nation do a great job of playing with each other and playing as a team. They're never solo challenging anything. They're always trading each other out. If the other team is getting a kill, they're making sure that they're in position to get those trades, and they're making sure they trade that player. Bear Claw is never getting two pieces, never getting three pieces. And on the other side of that, Texas Nation is never getting in a 1v1 gunfight, it seems like. Texas Nation players always have a teammate that is double challenging a gunfight every single time they have a gunfight with each other. Also, one thing to highlight, if someone on Texas Nation is getting one shot, the way they play their life is to perfection. They aren't over challenging. They aren't trying to get a highlight reel out of every kill that they're going for. If they're one shot, they're playing for the win. They're not playing for their own highlight reel. They're not playing for their own benefit. They're playing their life, waiting for their teammates to come help and get shots in on another player. Now, going into the S&D, Texas Nation does go down 2-0. I want to highlight this play right here. They're 4 hitting A, 3 stacking the A side, and having Kismet go to top granny. Now it's almost like they use Kismet as a bait here top window. Once Kismet jumps out of that top granny window, Havoc has a crossfire from the bottom granny window onto mid. Now when Kismet jumps out of the window, player mid that Havoc is shooting out gives the call out that one's up there. That makes the player P2 side on the field tank side look towards the top shack. Now that allows the two players on plat and on the dashy tank to focus that player on P2, giving them 2 free kills off the start of this defensive round just because of the bait play by Kismet. Let's watch.
It does not go his way. So 2 rounds very early for Bear Claw despite Havoc's play. And Radio with the bomb. He's already at the top of Granny's, but he's losing his teammates. Noisy, however, almost snaps for 3.
Now after that play, Noisy does almost clutch and get a nice 2-piece. But he does end up getting traded out, and now Texas Nation is in that 2v1 scenario that you guys just saw. And the way they play that is they play together so that they are easily able to get a trade. So in this position, if Kismet were to fall, the last player, which I believe is Havoc, is able to get his trade easily and almost guarantee them the round win with the 2v1 numbers advantage. Real quickly, we're going to highlight this 2v1 out of Havoc. He's in the 2v1 situation. He has a feeling that there's a player on A. Havoc is going to go slide and check the bomb plant on A. But now what he does after this is perfect. Havoc fakes that he's going to go into bottom grannies, and he actually runs into the bottom zig. Now he knows that there was only 6 seconds left after he killed the first player, and he does need a sound cue whenever the other player picks up bomb. So he knows there is no time at all for the last player of Bear Claw to plant a bomb. So Havoc ends up running and hiding after faking the kill cam and plays his life for the last 6 seconds. He's now over challenging and trying to force the kill to win the round and get his KD up. He's hiding to play the round win, and it's just a perfect play and a perfect 1v2 out of Havoc. So overall, to pull out the reverse sweep, Texas Nation was never making a selfish play. They were never playing for their KD. They were never playing for the stats. They were never playing for world star plays, for their highlight reels. In order to pull off this reverse sweep, Texas Nation was playing as a team. They were playing guaranteed trades. They were playing team gunfights. They weren't solo challenging. They weren't over challenging things that they didn't have to. They just played a very, very smart game. With this being said, there's something you can learn here. Every time you spawn up and you play a Call of Duty game competitively, you don't have to play to be the best on the leaderboard. You don't have to play to have the best this, the best that. If you play the game correctly and you play the game fundamentally and you play the game for the win, you will win. There are specific ways to play Call of Duty that don't always involve kills, that don't always involve the flashy plays, the shotsy movement. Take it from Texas Nation. If you play the game the right way, if you play the game correctly, if you play the game with strategy and how the game should be played, you will win and you will dominate teams. But for now, that's all for me. If you guys want to see my last video, again, go check that out. Link is in the description, or you can check it out right up here. Stay tuned for my next video next week, and make sure you guys go follow my socials. My Twitter will be down below. I'll tweet on there whenever videos go live, whenever I'm working on new videos. You guys can keep up to date with me and the channel, and you guys can have some input into the next videos. Thank you for all the support and the feedback on my last video, and I hope we continue to grow and do this together. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys click that like button. If you guys like my channel, check out more of my videos and click that subscribe button below. Click the post notification button so you guys can get notified every single time I upload a video. Thank you, and stay classy.